So in the last class, we discussed about what linear equation is, and when a linear equation is in two variables, then what is the necessity of two equations in that place? We discussed that and several cases where there are solutions. Now, here in today's video, what we shall do is something we did not do in the last class. In the last class, we did not learn how to solve the linear equation in two variables. After learning this, I'm telling you what you will be capable of doing. Okay, you will be capable of solving problems like this. That suppose, what is your favorite cricket team in IPL? Okay, let's go with Chennai Super Kings and Royal Challengers Bangalore. Do you remember who bought Royal Challengers Bangalore initially? Okay. Okay, so suppose there is a question like this. Okay, suppose there is a question like, the coach of CSK, the coach of Chennai Super Kings, he buys 7 bats and 6 balls for rupees 13,200, and the coach of Royal Challengers Bangalore buys 3 bats and 5 balls for rupees 5,900. Apparently, by seeing this much information, now can you find what will be the cost of each bat and ball? What will be the cost of one ball and one bat? Can you tell by looking at this much piece of information right now? Most probably not, right? But learning the method of solving linear equations in two variables, you will be seeing that you can solve these kind of problems very easily. Within minutes you can solve. That's the utility of this chapter. Now this not only is limited to two variables, there can be 100 variables in an equation, where there can be 100 possible equations to solve it. There are complex methods for doing that. Okay, that is just an initial form of something called as linear algebra. In class 12 you have something called as matrices and determinants. In class 10 we are just dealing with two variables. There we can deal with 3 variables. If you want, we can deal with 4 variables, 5 variables, any number of variables. Are you getting my point? So before jumping into all those steps, let's start with just solving two variable equations. We shall learn many methods how to solve a linear equation in two variables. Okay, so the first method that I come in, the very first method, this is called as the substitution method. There are 3 methods which we shall discuss here. The first method is substitution method. So how to use this method? So it's very simple. You will be given two equations, right? Like a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, and a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. Isn't it so? What will you do? First, take any of the equation as you want. Write any one variable in terms of the other. So if I want to write only y from here, then I'll be getting c1 minus a1x by b1. Is that clear to you? Now when y comes in x, the value of y comes in this variable x. So what do? Substitute this value here. Substitute this value in place of y of the second equation. How will it help? Now you see this entire equation becomes of just one variable. Are you able to see this? When this entire equation becomes of one variable, suppose x, you can just find the value of x just like that. Isn't it so? Let me repeat the method once again. You always have two equations to start with if there are two variables in an equation, because otherwise in the last class I discussed why you will not have any kind of solution otherwise. So we take any one of the equations as per our convenience. We extract the value of just one variable. Let us suppose y. So we wrote y in terms of x. See, b1y is equal to c1 minus a1x. So y will be equal to anything, absolutely. I just took y. Yes, absolutely, you can take. There is no such issue. That's why this is called substitution. So the moment you find out y here in terms of x, you put the y, the value of y in place of this. So it is not necessary that you always take y. You can also take x. That is totally situation dependent. Okay. The main idea, the main point of this entire method is to make one entire equation in just one variable. Are you getting my point? To substitute the variables in such a way that in the end you are left with one equation of one variable that you can easily solve. Isn't it so? Yes. This is the only way you can find the unknown here in the substitution method. Okay. 3. Okay. So let us solve one problem, then you will have a better clarity on that. Suppose 2x plus y is equal to 7. There is an equation. And there is other equation 4x minus 3y plus 1 is equal to 0. Is that clear? Now what can I do? See, the easiest thing will be to find out y from here. This will be the easiest thing. Yes? You see? There are many other methods. You can also use this equation. You can also find x from this. But for the easiest purpose, I'm going to find y here. That is 7 minus 2x. Okay? Now put this value of y here. So it is 4x minus 3 into 7 minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. That becomes 4x minus 21 plus 6x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay? Yes, this is called substitution. You are substituting the value of a variable into another equation to make it a univariable equation. So if you solve this, this will become 10x minus 21 plus 1 will become minus 20 is equal to 0. So x will be 2. Is that clear? The moment you find the value of x, you can put it in just about any equation to find the value of y. Either this or this. In any equation you put. If I put here, I get 7 minus 4. So I get y is equal to 3. If you get a value of x, you must get a value of y. Otherwise, there is no point in solving. This is how you solve a problem via the substitution method. Is this clear to all of you? Of course, that's how it works. Or at least it seems to work. Okay. So now I'm giving you a problem to solve and I won't give you more than 2 minutes. Do it fast. 3x plus 2y is equal to 12 and 5x minus 2y is equal to 4. Solve it quickly using substitution method. Okay, the moment I give problems now, it will be with substitution. How much is y? 12. Okay, so there are different answers. Let's see what the answer is. X is equal to minus 15, 16. Okay, now let's solve this. Let me use any of the two equations. Okay, any of the two equations. So I cannot choose. So what to say? Arey, what is your that mantra? Abba dabba jabba. What is that? I'm forgetting. 80 90 pure. So what is that? Can anybody tell me? Let's take this. Now 2y is equal to 5x minus 4. So I'm taking y. The value of y is this. Okay. Now I used the second equation already. If you inject the value of y again here, nothing is going to come. Okay. You are not going to get anything. So you should put the value of y here. So you get 3x plus 2 into 5x minus 4 by 2 is equal to 12. So that is 3x plus 2 gets cancelled. 5x minus 4 is equal to 12. So 8x is equal to 16. So x is equal to 2. The moment I get x is equal to 2, I can put the value of x here to get y. I can put it anywhere I want, the value of x in any of these equations. But I choose to put here just because of simplicity. So this becomes 5 to z 10 minus 4 by 2. 6 minus 2 is 3. So x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3 is the valid solution. Why won't this be a solution? Because you put this value of x and y in any of the equation, it won't satisfy. If it satisfies even one equation, put it in the other equation and it won't satisfy. Similarly for x is equal to 8 and 12. It may or may not satisfy even one equation. But both equations, it cannot satisfy. Are you getting my point? Okay, because you did some mistakes, I want you to solve one more problem here on this substitution. Okay, suppose one more question you solve. 2x, this is very easy actually. Minus 4 is equal to 0 and 3x minus y plus 5 is equal to 0. Very easy. In the same way, find out the answer in 2 minutes. Okay, so let me solve. Okay, so you can take any one. I am taking this equation because this can give me y very easily. So here y will be 3x plus 5. Now let me substitute this value of y here. If I substitute it here, what do I get? I get 2x plus 3 into 3x plus 5 minus 4 is equal to 0. This is the benefit of substitution. My entire equation gets converted into just one variable. So I have 2x plus 9x plus 15 minus 4 is equal to 0. So I have 11x is equal to minus 11. So x is equal to minus 1. The moment I get x is equal to minus 1 and I put it here, so minus 3 plus 5, y is equal to 2. So x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to 2 is the valid answer. Is this clear to all of you? Okay, I sincerely hope that you can solve problems with this. Okay, shall I give one more question? Okay, if this is Amar Ichha, so I'm going to give one more question. Because my Ichha is always towards this. Okay, so suppose 4 by x plus 3y is equal to 8 and 6 by x minus 4y is equal to minus 5. You have two equations. Please find out the solutions. I'm giving you 2 minutes. This can be a little tricky one. Use your tricky head. Okay. That's why I said it's a little tricky problem. Okay. So this answer is not correct. Let me do this for you. This kind of questions will be very common. So just see the method and I think you will get it very easily. So if you try to multiply this x here and there, you will get into big mess. Big mess simply because of the fact that you will get xy on one side, and which is not desirable at all. This is something that we don't desire here. So we see one thing, that here 1 by x and 1 by x forms a variable. Why not assume 1 by x to be some other variable? If we assume 1 by x to be some other variable, I get 4 into 1 by x is 40 plus 3y is equal to 8, and 6 into 1 by x is 60 minus 4y is equal to minus 5. Now I get the two equations which I can solve. Are you getting my point? Now, suppose let us take this equation. So 4y is equal to 60 plus 5. So y is equal to 60 plus 5 by 4. Okay. Put this value of y here because I'm solving by substitution. You have 40 plus 3 into 60 plus 5 by 4 is equal to 8. Yes, tell me. That's how you solve it. That's how you get out of this mess that would be otherwise created. Now, what are you having? You have here 34t, and that is equal to 32 minus 15. So what is 32 minus 15? I guess it's 17. So t is equal to half. Now, if t is equal to half, put the value of t anywhere. Suppose you put this value of t here. So you get 6 into half plus 5 by 4. So this will be 3 plus 5, 8. 8 by 4 is 2. So y is equal to 2. T is equal to half. Don't leave it here. Marks will be cut. Why? Because t is something you have assumed. It has no relevance with the question. So because t is 1 by x and t is half, so x will be equal to 2. So x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 2 will be the legit solution. Is this clear to all of you? Responding keeps the level of enthu of this class a little bit up, nothing else, and that's very necessary. So I would advise you to respond interactively in the class frequently, quite frequently. Few people are like they don't exist at all. This should not happen. Okay. So we discussed a method called as the substitution method. Now let us discuss the next method. The next method of solving linear equations is called as elimination method. Elimination method. So the name itself suggests elimination method is eliminating something. How do you eliminate something? So suppose you have linear equations. Suppose a1x plus b1y is equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. Is this clear? You have two linear equations. Okay, I practiced it quite a few times. Anyway, so here is the elimination method. And what do you do here? See, you take anything. You just target either the variable x or y. And you multiply both the equations with some constant. Suppose you multiply this entire equation with k1 and you multiply this entire equation with k2. How? So that this equation, which becomes k1 a1x plus k1 b1y is equal to k1 c1, and this k2 a2x plus k2 b2y is equal to k2 c2. This equation has this as common. If you target x, then this should be equal. Are you getting my point? Once this is equal, what you can do? You can just subtract the two equations so that the x cancels out. If you don't understand this, let us directly jump on a problem to get what is actually is. Okay, let us get into the problem and you will exactly understand what I'm meaning here. Suppose we take a question. Suppose we have something like this. 10x plus 3y is equal to 75 and 6x minus 5y is equal to 11. Okay, we are having something like this, two equations like this. Now by substitution you can always solve. That's not even my point of interest. I want to solve by elimination. So see, one point is multiplying 10 with some number and multiplying this entire equation with some number and multiplying this entire equation with a different number, so that the coefficient of x becomes same. Okay, so suppose just for instance, I'm telling you, suppose I multiply this equation by 3. Yes, that is very much possible. That is very much possible. That is a way. But what I'm trying is a little that will be a little less of calculation. If I multiply it by 3 and multiply it by 5, that 10 and 6 is just reduced into 3 and 5. Are you getting my point? Multiplying by 10 will be a little more of a calculation. That's why multiplying by 3 and 5. So this becomes 30 and this also becomes 30. Indirectly, I took the LCM of 10 and 6 and then tried to multiply by what will it become. Okay. So this becomes 30x plus 9y is equal to 75 times 3 is, I guess, 225. 5 times this is 30x minus 25y is equal to 55. Now I have these two equations. What shall I do? I shall simply subtract both the equations. Suppose I name this equation as 1, 2 and this equation as 3, 4. So what I will do? I will subtract 4 from 3. So x will be cancelled. Here I will get 25 plus 9, which is 34y, and this will be equal to 225 minus 55. How much is it, Ray? 170. Yes. So if I just cancel it, I get 34 5s are 170. So y is equal to 5 is one solution. You put the value of y anywhere in any of the equation, you get the other solution. So here this is 25. 25 plus 11 is 36. X is equal to 6. So x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 5 is the solution set of this. This method is called as the elimination method. You could have done the same thing with y. Now to eliminate y, what should you do? You should simply multiply the first equation by 5 and the second equation by 3 and add them. Are you getting my point? Because these are already plus and minus of the opposite signs. So you can simply add them. This is another method. To everybody, is that clear? If you subtract, then you will not get anything eliminated. What is the point of doing something that won't work? See, suppose you have a glass piece, okay? Somebody tells you to break it, shatter it into pieces. Will you ask him, how will I throw it in order to shatter it into pieces? Anyway you throw it will shatter into pieces. Our point is not to create something. That's not our idea. Our idea is to solve a problem. If you do simply stupid stuffs, problem won't be solved. You will be not doing anything wrong, but there will be no solution to problems. That's the whole problem of India. Indian people mostly, what the maximum they can do is just commentaries upon commentaries, no solutions. Anything they get, they start commenting and putting on judgment. It's not that they want any kind of solution. Let me give an example. There was a scientist called as Nambi Narayanan. Anybody of you heard his name? Okay, good. He is a scientist from ISRO. And he was the first to tell India to tell ISRO to make, the cryogenic technology into a reality. Okay. He himself started the liquid fuel engines. Cryogenic technology. It's an advanced rocket technology. Okay. So Russia cancelled that deal because of some international pressure, because anybody does not want India to succeed. You must understand that. So this now the situation is not very much improved, because first the people needs to be at some standard. So basically what happened with Nambi Narayanan is Because two illiterate women were seen with some kind of maps. Everybody put the blame on Nambi Narayanan that he is leaking out the crucial pieces of information for rocket making to Pakistan. So Nambi Narayan was interrogated by CBI. He was arrested. He was physically, mentally tortured like anything for long, around 15-20 years. The moment people started seeing the news, they started on reacting without even thinking once. This is what happens when you just try to do something without trying to find any solution. Our own scientist in India, he is one of the greatest scientists here alive, rocket scientists. He contributed heavily. Even the engine that made its journey to Chandrayaan, that was powered by the engine that is developed by his team. That is called the Vikas engine. So, if you always keep on seeing how not to do something, there will be a million different ways. But our idea is to see how to solve something. Okay. So let me solve the same problem in a different way. Okay. I think then it will be kind of distilled water or purified water, whatever. Let me solve the same problem in a different way. Suppose now I have 10x plus 3y is equal to 75. And 6x minus 5y is equal to 11. Now I want to target y. Now I want to make the coefficients of y equal. So you must remember this thing, that multiplying an equation on both sides by any constant does not change the equation. So if I want something common out of 3 and 5, it's obviously the LCM of 3 and 5, that's 15. So if I want to bring 15 here, I have to multiply the entire equation by 5. And if I want to bring 15 here, I have to multiply this entire equation by 3. If I multiply this entire equation by 5, I get 50x plus 15y is equal to 375. And here you get 18x minus 15y is equal to 33. Is this clear, Anushka? Now what do? You don't subtract now. Now you simply add. Why? Because if you add, then only this will get subtracted. This will get eliminated. The y will get eliminated. So if you add this, what will you get? You will get 50 plus 18. So you'll be adding 3 plus 4. Let me give this 3 and this is 4. Now 50 plus 18 is 68x. This will be cut. This is equal to 408. So if you cut it, 68 8s are 408. 68 6s are 408. So x is equal to 6. Put that value anywhere, you get y is equal to 5. Is that clear to you? So you can solve it anyway, and it is not even that only with 5 multiplying the first equation by 5 and the second equation by 3 you can solve. No, it's not necessary. You can also multiply the first equation by 10 and the second equation by 6. It would have come to be the same. Okay. So you must understand that you should solve it by the minimum effort, and minimum effort would happen only when, if you choose a coefficient, find its LCM first and then try to make both the coefficients like that by multiplying suitable numbers. Is that clear to everybody? Okay. Now, please use the elimination method to solve some problems that I'm giving you. There are a lot of problems. There are a lot of problems in this chapter. So you need to be very cautious, very conscious to solve these problems. Now, this has come in CBSE way before your birth. X minus 1, yes, so that's approximately not being born only. Y plus 1 by 2 is equal to 9. Okay. You are just born. Now solve this when you are grown. Quickly. I'll give you 2 minutes. Okay. This was meant to confuse you. You cannot assume any variables here because these are different here in both the cases. What do? You simply cross multiply first. Okay. Cross multiply. You get 3 into x plus 1 plus 2 into y minus 1 by 6 is equal to 8. You cross multiply this, you get 2 into x minus 1. Are you are taking LCM and adding it. That's all I'm doing in one step. Is this clear? I just simply added the two fractions that was there. If you add it, this is what you will get. So now just a little bit of adjustment. I have 3x plus 2y. It will be 47. And if I kind of adjust it, it will be 2x plus 3y. That will be equal to 54, and I guess it will be 53. Yes, correct. So these are the two equations that I need to solve. Okay, now see, they are, so far you know two methods to solve a problem, that is substitution method and elimination method. But if you try to use substitution method here, you have bizarre numbers like 47, 53. This will be kind of, not so roshalo. So if we try to make it a little bit roshalo, let us use elimination method. Okay, how do you use elimination method? Multiply this equation by 2. Anyway, you can use, I'm using this. I want to fix the coefficients of this, and I multiply it by 3. Okay, so this one I get 6x plus 4y is equal to, I guess, 94, and multiplying it by 3 I get 6x plus 9y is equal to 159. Okay, now what do I do? Yes, I know that. Now suppose this is 3 and 4, this is 1 and 2. So now what do? You subtract 3 from 4, that is 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3. So it is 6 minus 6, it gets cancelled. 9y minus 4y is 5y. That is equal to 159 minus 94. That is, I guess, 45, right? Not 445, 65. 65. So y is equal to 13 you are getting. If you put the value of y anywhere in this equation or this equation, you get 39 minus 2, x is equal to 7. So x is equal to 7, y is equal to 13 is the valid solution. Everybody, is this clear? Just by solving, 6 9s are 54, and you have minus 2 plus 3. So minus 2 plus 3 is plus 1. So 54 minus 1 is 53. That's all. You solve it, it will take 2 to 3 steps. I just did it in one step. That's all. Nothing else. Okay. Is that clear, Ray? Okay. Buije jokhon gesish, would you like to take up a challenge? এসব নোংরা কথাবার্তা চলবে না। ওকে, একটা গান করার চেষ্টা করছো, চ্যালেঞ্জ নিবি না তারপরে বলবে না। ওটা আচ্ছা, this is a question, good question actually. X plus y minus 8 by 2. Anushka, the previous question is clear? Snigdha? Do respond in the class so that I understand that you are not in the cremation ground. Okay, solve this quickly. This is kind of easy. Set of equations. Okay, so here one thing that is very important to see here is that A is equal to B is equal to C. If you have something like that, that implies that A is equal to B and B is equal to C and A is equal to C. Isn't it so? Isn't it? Can I not write like this? So you can see from this one line itself, you can derive two equations. Suppose let me bring two equations like this, one by this and 1 by this. You can bring any two of the equations together, does not matter. So let me make one equation with this, and let me make the other equation with this. Okay, now just find out the equations, cross multiply. 3x plus 3y minus 24 is equal to 2x plus 4y minus 28. This is 1, and from here you will get 11x plus 22y minus 154 is equal to 9y plus 3y minus 36. Okay, no issues. So here you are getting, if you just solve it, you will get x minus y and plus 4 is equal to 0. This is one equation. And if you solve this, you will get 2x 22 minus 3 is how much? 19y. 154 minus 36. How much is it, Ray? 154 minus 36 is 118. Correct. Correct. Okay. Now, if I got to solve by elimination, so it can be easily solved by substitution. But if I am opted to solve for elimination, see, where there is not given which method you need to use, you can use any method you want. But where it is given that this is the specific method you have to use, suppose here I give the specific method you have to use. So how do you solve? See, you have 2x here, na? Let's make this 2x. So let's multiply this entire equation by 2. No issues. It's all about solving. The exercise from where I'm giving you here also nothing mentioned, so you can solve it on your own way. But I'm telling that every problem can be solved this way also. Okay, that's just on your convenience. Because we were continuing substitution, I mean elimination, so I wanted to give elimination here. And you have this is equal to 0. Okay. Now if you subtract this two, you get 21y minus 126 is equal to 0. So how much do you get y? 6. Put the value of 6 here. You get x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2, y is equal to 6 is the solution. Everybody clear? Is this clear to everybody? There is one last method. Okay, there is one last method, and it is also a generalized method. So these three methods will actually complete the entire chapter, but there are a few branches of this chapter as well. Are you getting my point? What do I mean by few branches of chapter? Like, see, first in the first class I taught you about how this happens, what is linear equations and blah blah. I introduced you to the graphical concept of that. Today I'm teaching you how to solve it. All the three methods we are going to cover in it. And in the next class, what we shall be doing is we shall be seeing a variety of practical applications that can be done with this, with keeping this these methods of solving in mind. Are you getting my point? Don't bother about that right now. Let me finish the third method. So, and of course, in the next day, you will have some added homework because you kind of, most of you did some kind of phakibazi. Like Snigdha said that aki type of problem tai chhare korchi. So basically, the chhare korchi questions you shall have to do like this. So I am releasing you from drawing graphs, but that does not mean that I am releasing you from finding the solutions to the equations. Okay, now see, this is called as method of cross multiplication. This is very general, and in one line you can find the answer. That's why it is kept at the last. Method of cross multiplication. So as I said, you using this method in a moment you can solve, you can find out the answer. This is by far the most, I mean, what to say, calculative method you can say. So suppose you have an equation in this form. Remember the form here, it is very important. If you miss out on the form, you may miss out on the entire equations. So a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. This is one equation. A2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. This is another equation. See the format. This is very necessary, that every garbage should be on the left hand side. The right hand side should be 0. Is that clear? For solution to exist, a1 by a2 must not be equal to b1 by b2. Otherwise, in the last class we have dealt how there can be infinitely many solutions, or this system of equations can be inconsistent also. So to not have that, we have this primary condition that a1 by a2 must not be equal to b1 by b2. Now, how can I solve this? I want to use elimination here. I want to use the method of elimination, simply elimination. Suppose I want to eliminate this y because I want to find x, suppose. So what do? I multiply the entire thing with b2 and I multiply this entire thing with b1. Is that clear? So I get a1 b2x plus b1 b2y plus c1 b2 is equal to 0, and a2 b1x plus b1 b2y plus b1 c2 is equal to 0. These are the two equations. Now what do? You simply subtract the two equations. When you subtract the two equations, just subtract like this. See, y gets eliminated and you can just find out x from constant values. This is a very powerful method, that's why. So you get a1 b2 minus a2 b1 whole x plus b2 c1 minus b1 c2. I'm showing you the derivation. This is not necessary at all. I'm just showing you the genesis of this formula. So if I solve it like this, what do I get? If I want to find x, this b1 c2 I need to put into that side. So b1 c2 minus b2 c1 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Did you get the value of x? See, this is the final value of x. Simply by using the coefficients, nothing else. Game is not over yet. Observe the game. So the next part of the game is to find the value of y. Now how do I find the value of y? To find the value of y, I must eliminate x. Isn't it so? In the same way, what do? In the same way, if I want to eliminate x, I will multiply a2 with this equation and a1 with this equation. Okay? And then subtract it. You do it at your home. You will get y is equal to c1 a2 minus c2 a1 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. This is the value of y you will get. Okay? Is that clear? So now, this solution, notice one thing, that the denominator is common in both of them. Did you see that? Can I write it like this? That x by b1 c2 minus b2 c1, I put this down here, is equal to 1 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Can I write it like this? Can I write this one by bringing the numerator down here? Can I write it like this? Y by c1 a2 minus c2 a1 is equal to 1 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Can I write it like this? Huh? Yes, please. Are, I am just solving it. Why are you afraid? Are, if I say x is equal to a by b. Cannot I say x by a is equal to 1 by b? Cannot I say like this? This is what I'm doing here. Wait. I did not complete only. I'm just trying to conclude something. So why did I do like this? Because both of the right hand side was coming to be this term, isn't it so? See, this term in the right hand side is common in both the cases. Therefore, see, A is equal to B and C is equal to B. So A is equal to B is equal to C. That is what I'm going to write. X by B1 C2 minus B2 C1 is equal to Y by C1 A2 minus C2 A1 is equal to 1 by A1 B2 minus A2 B1. This is called method of cross multiplication. You remember this, and in one line you get this solution. Now you will say me. Now you will ask, sir, this I understood how this came. Maybe you did not understand, that's a different matter. But suppose this is the way it came. How do I memorize this? How many of you have this question? Okay, so how do you memorize this? Anybody is having question about this? Is anybody having any question? Or else I will just proceed forward assuming that you can memorize this. Do this one thing. To memorize this, write x, y and 1. Clear? Simply write B1, B2, C1, C2, A1, A2. Okay? I wrote it like this. All the A here, I brought it like this. BCA. See, BCA is a course. You can remember it like this. Okay, is this clear? Let's start from the beginning. This time, pay a little bit of attention. This is the most dumb kind of thing. If you sit with yourself, you will find this out very easily. So this is kind of a very dumb kind of solution actually. This method of cross multiplication. I did nothing. I just did one substitution to find the, elimination to find the value of x and another elimination to find the value of y. The moment I did two eliminations, in case of y, to find y, I dismissed x, and to find x, I dismissed y. That's how I found it by elimination. That's the standard method. Now I just wanted to create an equation, and this is the equation where I get all the values of x and y under one banner. Is this clear now? To solve problems with this equation, see b1, c2, b2, c1, these are all the coefficients of the two equations. I shall tell you, you will be able to appreciate the solutions. Just wait a little bit and try to get this fact. Try to memorize this. The moment you memorize this, you will get. Okay. Before telling you to memorize this, let me give one problem so that you can appreciate this. Yes? Suppose you have two equations. 2x plus 3y is equal to 17 and 3x minus 2y is equal to 6. The benefit of this cross multiplication method is that you can find out the answer in one line. But the most important thing that you have to remember is you must bring all the garbage to the left hand side. So I have to adjust this like this. Minus 17 is equal to 0 and 3x minus 2y minus 6 is equal to 0. Is this clear, Ray? This is the first step. Okay. Now, I can find the value of x and y in one line, not find one and then put the other value in other equation, not like that. Just in one line I can find. How? First, recognize the values of a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. So see, this is a1, this is b1, and this is c1. This is A2, this is B2, this is C2. Is this clear up to this? So A1 is 2, A2 is 3, B1 is 3, B2 is minus 2, C1 is minus 17, C2 is minus 6. Clear? Now just close your eyes and put it into this formula. Don't start a debate. Okay, so x by b1 into c2, that is 3 into minus 6, that is minus 18, minus b2 into c1, that is b2 is minus 2 and c1 is minus 17. So b2 into c1 is 34 is equal to y by c1 a2 minus c2 a1. So c1 is minus 17, a2 is 3. So minus 17 into 3 is minus 51 minus c2 a1. c2 is minus 6 and a1 is 2. So that is minus 12. Minus of minus 12 is plus 12. And that is equal to 1 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So a1 b2 is 2 into minus 2, that is minus 4, minus a2 b1. a2 b1 means 3 into 3, that is 9. Is this understood? So just solve this, and what do you get? X by what is minus 18 minus 34? It is minus 52. That is equal to y by minus 51 plus 12 is minus 39, I guess. That is equal to minus 1 by 13. So if this is true, can I not say that x by minus 52 is minus 1 by 13? Can I not say y by minus 39 is minus 1 by 13? Can I say like this? So you have 13 4s are 52, 13 3s are 39. You solve it, you get x is equal to 4, y is equal to 3, just in one line. See, the more you practice, in one line you will be able to solve. You will be able to find the value of x and y. Fair enough? Everybody? Please respond. Do you have any kind of doubt in this method? This is called the method of cross multiplication. Okay. Now coming to the point, how to memorize this b1, c2, b2, c1, a1, b2, a2, b1, how to memorize this nonsense. That is the thing that I was trying to tell you before this. Okay. So now let's try to memorize this. Because without memorizing, problem solving will be just like marriage. If you think that you will be able to solve a problem in exam, you won't remember the formula. Okay. So here you write x, y and 1. Now what do you do? See, you have a1, b1 and c1. You just hold the year of a1 and bring it this side. This is the thing you do. So you write b1, c1, a1. And once again you write b2, c2, a2. And after this is done, again you can repeat the cycle. So you write b1 again. Is this clear? This is the first cycle, b1, c1 and a1. After that again, one more time you write b1. Is this clear? Okay. Now what do you do? See, cross multiply like this. So see, you simply get this. X is b1 c2 minus b2 c1. Here also you get, see, b1 c2 minus b2 c1. Are you getting this? Always first is from up to down, then from down to up. So here you get x by b1 c2 minus b2 c1. Similarly, can you say what will be y by? C1 a2, first up to down. C1 a2 minus and then at last disha Very good. A1 B2 minus A2 B1. Done. You are done with memorizing the formula. Okay. This is how we Jhapamari technique. We use Jhapamari techniques to remember these things because it is very symmetrical. Huh? Chudi Vidya. It is not exactly Chudi Vidya, but still, is this clear to all of you? Everybody? So now, this completes our scope of how do we solve linear equations in two variables. So till now, if I summarize all of them, except Shagnik, can anybody tell me what are the three methods which we learned here to solve? Good. So substitution method, what do you do? Exactly. Take one equation, substitute the value, find the value of one variable in terms of other variable, and then substitute that variable in the next equation so that you have a univariate equation to find out the variable. Okay. Tushar Jha, can you tell me what is the method of elimination? Elimination method is simply eliminating one variable to find the value of the other variable. It's so simple to put in words. What is there to be not understood? And the last method is that exactly is the method. Yes, you multiply both the equations with such numbers that any one of the coefficients of variable becomes equal or equal and opposite in signs. Then you can add the two equations or subtract it depending on the circumstance to find out the value of the variables. The last method is to substitute. That is actually the cross multiplication method. What do you do there? You directly find out the value of x and y by a formula, and that formula, by Jhapa-Jhapi method, we memorized it like this. Okay, just revise it a little bit and it will be all clear. Is that clear to all of you? Okay, so let's keep this video up to here today, and in the next class we shall discuss some applicatory problems of it.